How can you pour into these people? How can you show up for these people? How can you hold space for these people? How can you validate these people? How can you love these people so deeply when you're not giving yourself the same reverence? Hey Keys, welcome back to the channel, and if it's your first time, welcome. My name is Kiana, but I like to go by Key. Today I wanted to talk about just the importance of showing up regardless, holding space for yourself, being gentle with you. This series is called The Final Shedding. I decided to create The Final Shedding as a way to really release what has been holding me back and hopefully help you guys to release what has been holding you back. I noticed in my other video that was titled The Final Shedding. These Final Shedding series are really going to be different than that one was, because that one I was doing my makeup, but I want to intentionally sit down and create a safe space for us to just come together and explore different topics. It's not a podcast or anything like that. It's just really more so girls sit down and chat type of thing. Sit down and chat with me, but at the same time deal with me, type of thing. So I just wanted to create an actual series for this. I don't know, I guess I just want to share it with y'all and hopefully help y'all in some type of way. So that's what The Final Shedding is about. Literally going through whatever comes up in our day-to-day, things that we might still be holding on, things that we want to release, literally sitting down in this corner and just talking, coming up with a game plan to release and change that narrative for us. So I'm in my little comfy corner is what I'm calling it. It's not so comfy because this chair is not that comfortable. So let's get into it. I want to start with sharing something that happened to me a few weeks ago. Kind of brought all of this stuff to light for me, which if I'm being honest, I knew this, but when it was brought up a few weeks ago, it was just now's the time. You've been making these promises to yourself. You've been saying this. Truly step into your purpose. Truly step into what you said you're gonna do. Truly keep those promises to yourself, because every time you break that promise to yourself, you are creating a lack of trust. And how are you looking for trust in relationships when you can't even provide that to yourself? It was so funny because all of this came up around the Libra full moon. I know some of y'all might not follow spirituality or astrology, more so, let me say that, but I'm astrology girly, okay? I love astrology. I feel there's so much power in knowing your chart. Around the Libra full moon, I noticed it was more so highlighting the way I balance relationships, the way that I balance, not even balance, it was highlighting the way that I navigate relationships versus the way that I navigate the relationship with myself. It's completely different. Let me just be honest. It's so different. I am the type of friend that will empower my friends. I'm gonna speak life into you. Whatever you want, girl, it's yours. Whatever you want, boy, it's yours. Know that nothing's gonna stop you. And I'm on the sidelines cheering you on. If you need me to go run up, if you need me to hide the body, if you need me to freaking jump off the cliff with you, and it's a safe cliff, right? I'm gonna do it with you, but I won't really do that for myself. Sometimes I will, but then sometimes I won't. I think during this time I was being asked, how can you pour into these people? How can you show up for these people? How can you hold space for these people? How can you validate these people? How can you love these people so deeply when you're not giving yourself the same reverence? So I was like, dang. And I'll tell y'all, I'm gonna provide a little bit of story time up in this. One of the things that popped up for me during the Libra full moon was I had a dream about my friend who is a Libra. She with male Libras. I'm sorry. Not that healed yet. Working on it. But yeah, so my Libra friend that's a woman showed up in my dream, and she was pregnant. She was pregnant with twins. She was so concerned about after she gave birth to the twins, how she would look. Not being in that moment and being present in what it is, but the outcome of it, how she appeared to the outside world. And if you know me, I loved being pregnant and I loved giving birth. And I feel that's such a very spiritual time, and a time of really being yourself and having this special connection that is just, it's so powerful. For me, it kind of highlighted how I'm in this phase currently. So I feel sometimes my dreams are warnings, and then sometimes I feel the person that's in my dream is representing a part of me. So in this dream, I felt she was representing the part of me that was so afraid with the outcome that wasn't really immersing herself in like the true beauty of the present moment. And even her being pregnant, like when you're pregnant, you're about to birth this amazing creation, right? And I am in a season of birthing. This right here is me birthing something. Me working on self-affirmed mama is me birthing something. Me working on myself is me birthing me. And so if I'm so stuck on the outcome, how am I going to fully enjoy the moment? Which that's what life is about, being in the present and enjoying the moment. And I wasn't really doing that, and it was showing up in different things. Another thing that happened was I was talking to one of the girls that I recently met, and we're in the process of building a friendship. She's accomplished so many goals of hers so far this year, and I'm so proud of her. I told her, like, I was speaking to her and I was telling her, girl, I'm so proud of you, like, you're really doing it. And then there were certain parts that she was opening up to me about that didn't really align with that, and it was more so like still having bad habits or still being in a certain mindset about certain things. It's okay to be in that place. It's okay to be elevating yourself, and it's okay to still have those bad habits. In the moment of like transition, you are going to be in that spot where sometimes old habits may still pop up. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the process when you are in the transition phase. Like, girl, you're killing it, but at the same time, like, you're still holding on to these things, and it's okay, because I understand where that comes from. I understand why you want to. I understand why in this position you're moving that way, and eventually you're going to get to the point where you no longer do that. And no, regardless, I'm proud of you in this phase, and I'm proud of you in the phase to come. I was like, damn, like, I'm speaking this stuff and on the phone with her, I felt like a fraud. I felt like a walking contradiction. Like, I'm telling this girl that, but at the same time, I'm beating myself up because I'm taking action, but I done taken some action. But the thing is, you can't do everything at the same time anyways. You have to take small steps, and you're taking small steps in areas of your life, and that's enough. The other thing that had popped up for me, I was craving rallies like bad, so bad, y'all. And for my people that don't really know what rallies is, or they call it checkers, it's this place down south. Well, I think it's only down south, I don't know, I think it is. But back where I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, we got a Rallies. It's called Rallies. I don't know if they changed it since I've been gone, but when I was back there, it was called Rallies. They got some bomb fries. Them fries is everything, and they rally burger is so good and so juicy, and that purple onion gonna hit each and every time. That's one thing about me, I love a good purple onion on a burger. Like, make my burger funky, please. But that's crazy, that's wild as hell to say. Anyways, but I was craving it, and I think that was like me having a craving of my childhood too, in a way. Fast forward to the next day, right? Oh, first of all, rewind. So I was craving Rallies, and I was looking it up in Smithfield, like the address for it, and little did I know, it's not there anymore. They didn't close down the location. It's not there, and that's the closest one to me. And I didn't want to drive farther. I didn't want to drive to, like, I think one was maybe in Raleigh or Durham or something like that. I didn't want to drive there. It's like, that's too far. I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go home. It's okay. So the next day, I'm watching this video on YouTube, and this girl is drinking out of Rally's cup. I'm like, damn. And at the same time that she's drinking out of a Rally's cup, she's speaking some real shit, some that is like resonating with me so deeply. In that moment, I felt like maybe I didn't get Rallies because the ideas and the perceptions that I had about myself or about life or whatever from childhood are no longer feeding me. This idea of who I was or who certain people were in my life is not feeding me, and I need to get away from that and start looking towards things that actually feed me. And I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but like, I was just like, I feel like I'm in a space where I'm shifting from what no longer feeds me to what actually does feed me, what feeds my soul. And what feeds my soul is showing up for myself, showing up for my purpose, walking fully in my purpose. I'm not fully there, and I'm gonna honor that space because I'm not there. I'm not there right now, but I will be if I keep taking these small steps. If I keep showing up imperfectly, but I'm damn sure present, then I'll get there. The moment that this all became like full circle for me was when I was editing my last video, or not my last video, but one of my most recent uploads. I actually deleted that video before I even made any edits. I was just like reviewing it, trying to get like a sense of where I wanted to go creatively with it, and I didn't like the quality of the video. I didn't like how I wasn't in the center of the video. I didn't like how I looked in the video. I just didn't like it. I was so hard on myself. But the message, to me, the message hit. To me, the message needed to be heard. And I was so lost in how people would perceive me and how I was viewing myself that I was forgetting that the message is the most important thing. It's not about me. It is about the message at the end of the day. Of course, I want a certain vibe. I want a certain type of feel. I want a certain type of aesthetic and stuff when I do this, but I also really want the message to get to the people that it's supposed to get to. That is what my goal is here, to build community, share what God and my spirit team is telling me to freaking share, following my purpose, so therefore I can help those who need it. Getting so lost in all that other stuff and not holding space for myself where I was in that moment, it's not important. I was stifling my voice. When you stifle your voice, you lose parts of you. You lose the creativity. You lose the freedom. You lose the joy. You lose the hope. And of course, when you start taking smaller steps, right? When you take those small steps, because I don't believe it's gone forever, but when you start taking small steps, you get closer to those things, closer to you, to your authentic self. Your voice is your power. And when you don't use it, you allow others to have power over you. And there's only one person living your life, and that's you. That's me. I'm the one person living my life. So why do I feel like others should dictate that? So in order to shed this, I have decided, I've decided to choose to use my voice. One, to post regardless. Even with my last video, the quality was great when I was editing it. When I uploaded it, it shifted. And honestly, it sucks. It really does suck. But I'm not going back and doing it again. It is what it is. The people that's gonna rock with it, gonna rock with it. And the people that's not, they're not. I plan on taking small actions every day, no matter what, towards my purpose, towards my goal. And I also plan on offering myself grace. I deserve just as much grace as I give my friends. I deserve just as much grace as I give my family. I deserve just as much grace as I would give somebody off the street that's on the side of the road or in a grocery store or wherever. Like, I deserve that grace too. So here's your invitation to maybe try one of those things or all of those things, or whatever feels natural to you, whatever you feel called to, and do it. If you're in the same position that I'm in, if you're going through similar things, maybe try one. I want to leave you with this. You're not behind. You're not alone. You do not have to be perfect. You're allowed to be messy. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to be whatever you want to be. As long as you are showing up and being present and taking action, that is what matters. And you are more than enough showing up as you are in this current season, in this current phase of your life. So anyways, I hope the lighting didn't shift too much because my camera is overheating. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this episode of The Final Shedding. I hope y'all like it. I'm going to be dropping these videos every other week with a new topic. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, I love y'all so much. Just keep going, keep healing, keep growing on this healing journey that is your own. You're the only person on it.